This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
This is The Mighty Rock, starring BJ and Migs. Mornings.
Because, hey, at least once a day, you should experience a BJ.
You know, I'm ready for my BJ.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. A few weeks ago, David Schwimmer said on the Friends reunion that he didn't like working with the monkeys who played Marcel. And during season one of
Marcel was awesome.
I said he didn't like it, buddy. What can I tell you?
I don't like him.
Oh, boy. Okay, it's on. Yeah, I guess during season one of Friends, Ross had a pet monkey named Marcel, for folks that don't know. And if you missed it, here he is talking about it.
Here was my problem. The monkey, obviously, it was trained, and it had to hit its mark and do its thing right at the perfect time. But what inevitably began to happen was we would all have choreographed like bits kind of timed out, and it would get messed up because the monkey didn't do its job right. So we'd have to reset. We'd have to go again because the monkey didn't get it right.
David's so angry still.
So this kept happening over and over, where we're about to do something really funny, but the monkey didn't hit its mark, so we have to start again.
I can understand that. Especially when you have repetition and you're trying.
Right.
Those days can be long. And the monkey is just a monkey. It's like, you can't, it's like you maybe yell at another actor and go, can you get your act together? We need to, so we can get out of here.
Well, you could probably yell at the monkey, but then there's just the wild card of him flinging his poo at you. And most actors don't do that unless it's Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. Unless it's Charlie Sheen, you're pretty safe from the poo flinging. Now, animal handler Mike Morris, who trained the monkeys, says Schwimmer was actually jealous that the animals got more laughs than he did.
I think David Schwimmer probably had a little trouble with the monkey, and this is just my opinion, is the first couple episodes he was pretty friendly with the monkey, and after that, the monkey was getting a lot of laughs, and either it was throwing him off or getting a little jealous. I don't know, one of those two things.
What if he's right?
Wow.
What if he's actually right? Because if you watch the Friends special, Schwimmer seemed to have a little bit more of an intense vibe to him when it came, like, he took everything that he was doing, like, very seriously, but that's also what made the character so great. Like, he really put his heart and soul into everything that he did as Ross in the show. So what if, like, he's watching, he's like, this freaking monkey's getting more laughs than me, and he doesn't have the acting skills that I have.
And it was the monkey was in scenes with him, so it really, that I can understand that, Steve. You may be onto something.
And how about one of the monkeys is still alive?
Yeah.
Really?
I have no idea how long monkeys live, but
I'm not sure either, but he's 30 years old.
30?
Yeah.
30? Wow.
Why can't dogs live as long as monkeys? That'd be so cool.
This sounds like a stoner conversation. I don't know.
It's a real life conversation, BJ.
Oh, I had no idea. Well, probably because monkeys are like closer to humans than dogs are. You know,
They have the same size heart and brain. Like I don't understand how that works.
I feel like I'm talking to Hulk. Has heart, has brain. Why doesn't it live?
It's like birds that live to like they're 70.
Well,
You're like,
Oh, you do not need
Yeah.
a bird that long.
This is an old monkey because typically that type of monkey only lives 15 to 25 years.
Oh, that's about 25 years. Obviously, is longer than the average dog. But yeah,
this monkey's almost 30.
yeah.
Ancient.
He's still
She,
working,
'cause
according-
her name is Katie.
Oh,
Katie played Marcel.
Yeah.
Interesting.
and she's still she's still in the business. You're
Yeah,
saying?
she's still in the business.
Still acting.
What the hell is she doing? Do they need an old monkey? It's like grandma monkey somewhere running around.
I know. I feel like that's the making of an Adam Sandler movie on Netflix that I'd watch and kick myself for watching.
Grandma monkey.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Especially when you could say the monkey that played Marcel. I mean, you guys would watch that?
If I'm casting for an old monkey in a movie, and you said that you played Marcel in Friends,
Yeah.
you're getting the job.
Yeah, of
if your
course you are.
headshot has that as a list of places that you've been or acted.
See, through all that, I'm just trying to imagine Steve trying to cast a monkey for a movie. Like, what kind of movie is Steve going to make? It's going to have a monkey in it.
Any movie that I make should have monkeys in it.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Well, and there was an old Saturday morning show that I watched. They were all monkeys. It was like I think monkeys were in every role, like Lancelot Link, secret chimp or something like that. And it was everybody was
idea.
Everybody was a monkey. It was a Saturday morning cartoon, and it was like he was a monkey private eye.
What
was-
if they
Oh
just
my
give
God, yes. Lancelot Link, secret chimp.
Yeah, he was like a
Was
spy.
it a cartoon or was it
No,
real?
it was monkeys. It was real.
It's a
monkeys.
live action series.
Is
Yeah.
this on like Tubi or something?
You
Like,
ought
I
to
need
check it
see
out.
This.
Oh yeah, this was in the Puff and Stuff generation, so people were high.
Very weed inspired.
Yeah,
People get
people
all
were very-
stoned. They're like, we should do a show of monkeys. Because I was just thinking we should just do a remake of Friends, but have it be monkeys.
Oh my God, yes.
And have Pet Ross.
Take my money now.
Right.
What I want to do is a remake of the TV show The Monkeys, but really have it be monkeys. So here we come, and just see a bunch of monkeys running on the beach.
Hey.
What
we're
I
the
love
monkeys.
is that
Like legitimately the monkeys.
Yeah.
Katie the monkey has her own IMDb page and everything.
What movies has she been in?
Well, this only says that she did Friends, The Loop, which was a TV series. She
Oh,
was on an episode
whoa,
of 30
whoa.
Rock.
She was in The Loop?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
wow.
the pilot episode.
I remember a monkey in that. That was Marcel?
That was Marcel.
I never thought that would be Marcel. I actually watched that episode.
What the hell is The Loop?
Oh, it's a sort of anthology show, kind of Twilight Zone-y vibe to it.
Oh, back in
Yeah.
2007?
Yeah.
Dang.
And apparently, according to an article that came out like a year or two ago, that she was supposed to play in the new Why the Last Man adaptation.
Oh,
which
yes.
is a comic series that BJ loves.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got a monkey in that. Oh, that dude's not. Whoever's got to play that character, because he's got a monkey with him in that one, too. Yeah.
Oh, somebody have a good point. Marcel the monkey's alive because, well, she has that Hollywood money. I mean, look at Jennifer Aniston. Look how good she looks at 50.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, you're right.
There's a comparison.
Yeah, I'm sure Jennifer Aniston's happy about that.
Oh, I saw a movie over the weekend.
Oh,
yes.
Wow, here we go, everybody.
Have you guys watched The Tomorrow War yet?
No, because I heard people
Yeah.
hated it.
See, it's so funny. Everyone that I saw on social media was talking about how awesome it was. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
our buddy
"Babe."
Caesar liked it.
Yeah, he recommended. A few people recommended it. They said it's a really fun movie. They said it's a little long. I'm like, well, that's never a problem with us because we sleep through some stuff, so we'll just watch it over the course of the entire weekend.
And this is the Chris Pratt movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's on. Is it Prime?
I believe it's Amazon
Yes.
Prime.
I can't remember which one we watched.
It is.
on.
I
Yep.
believe you're right.
It's not bad. It's just once the aliens pop in, it's stupid. The aliens are.
Oh, that ain't good.
The aliens are just.
Yeah. Is that a spoiler, by the way? I didn't know there were aliens in this.
It's the whole.
I thought that was the whole premise.
Yeah,
of
it's
the
the whole
movie.
premise of the
They gotta
movie.
go-
I thought he
they
was
go-
fighting for the future. I really didn't. I
Yeah,
mean,
they go to the future to fight the aliens.
oh,
Yep.
see, I know they went to the future. I didn't know there were aliens to fight.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
literally
right.
the whole like
Yes.
primer line just
Okay.
literally says the world is stunned by a group of time travelers traveling from the future to deliver an urgent message that mankind is losing a global war
Oh,
against
that's
deadly
right.
aliens.
That's right,
So it
yes.
says it right there, so no
right.
spoilers.
Okay,
Good job,
good.
Steve.
I,
Good job.
would have felt really bad, actually. I wasn't trying to spoil anything. But spoiler alert, we haven't finished it. Because
All right, but it's not. You're saying not bad. Yeah, our buddy Caesar said it was solid, and usually I don't hear people say things like that about movies, like solid. It's like it's kind of a nice way of saying it's okay. I don't mind. I didn't mind watching it.
well, I feel like we have a new way of rating things. Like we have, okay, quote unquote new movies that we get to watch at home. So I view those differently than like a movie I went to a theater to see because you know what I mean? I'm like, give it a pass. It wasn't made for theaters. That's kind of my vibe. But the aliens were just so I don't know. I don't like the like how they looked. Like they were just stupid looking. And
that's not good if something is like not if it's stupid looking to you.
It was almost comical, like, but they were trying to make them look scary, but it was comical on how they looked really cheesy.
Oh, that's not
to
good.
Me.
Yeah, well,
somebody said Tomorrow War was awesome. Come on.
Well, I mean, 55% from the critics on the tomato meter, but 81% audience score. So, yeah, a lot of people think it's awesome.
See, when things are free, I think people will just temper their expectations. The trouble is that, I do pay for a lot of TV. I've been doing it my whole life. And I'm sorry, but, watching Loki has pretty much made me not want to watch crap. And I tested it out on my wife because you watched that movie, Steve. I watched another movie that's been getting like a lot of people said, let's check it out. Now, a lot of people don't have Paramount Plus, but Mark Wahlberg is in a movie called Infinites, which
I don't even know.
Yeah, but you would probably watch that too. It's an action movie, and and the premise is pretty cool. It's basically there are certain people on the planet that are reincarnated, and they know they're reincarnated, and so they retain all their skills from every life they've had. So if they've been badass in so many different things, they get reborn and they're badass in all those things still, and they retain their memories.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes was not very kind to Infinite, both with the users and the critics. 16% critics, 37% audience.
Yeah, and the audience is being very kind.
Oh, is that bad?
Mark I have to tell you something. Mark Wahlberg cannot save bad writing. I'm not going to say he's a bad actor, but I will at least say he can't save bad writing. Some of his lines were horrifically bad. We
don't really go to him for being like he's the most incredible actor, but in the right role, he does a great job.
Yeah, this was
like when he's with a teddy bear that has a foul mouth. He's fantastic.
This was you're absolutely right. It's unfortunate because it really is a good premise, but it was not good. And so I tried the litmus test. Rev, I said, okay, because my wife wasn't happy because we watched Infinite, and I told her,
please don't tell me you blamed it on me.
No.
Okay.
I hope you did.
Steve suggested this.
That's the first thing she asked, though. She said, all right, what is this movie? Is this I go, no, Steve doesn't have Paramount Plus, so he doesn't know about this movie.
See, not everything is bad that I watch.
Yeah, and she we were both like, oh, God, this movie is so bad. We said, well, it's almost over. Let's just see if somehow the ending lands it. It didn't land.
It seems, it's under 2 hours, so, at least you didn't lose that much of your life there.
It felt like it was 4 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really, really did. So then I said, you know what? Here, I've already watched a bunch of Loki. I said, but you know what, Kathy? Watch this first episode of Loki. Tell me what you think. Maybe you'll like it. And she really, really liked it. And I said, I'll tell you why you liked it. Quality writing and quality acting.
Interesting.
You got Luke Wilson and you got Tom Hiddleston. Those dudes really, they have a good chemistry in that show. Plus, of course, they spend so much money on the show. They got good writing. Right. So that's the problem. You can't watch Tomorrow War. You can't watch Infinites if you've watched shows like Loki. You just can't. You're going to notice the crap level very quickly.
So you didn't even finish it, Steve? How can you rate it? Your opinion sucks, Migs.
Oh, well, there you go.
I never said my opinion was good.
I have
to
say
this.
But
it's my opinion.
And you're very transparent about how little you watched of it, so, that's fair.
We watched about half of it, and we decided, I don't feel like watching this anymore. And it's like we've wasted an hour of our time.
Which you're absolutely allowed to do.
Yeah. Right. I like that, but I do agree with the critics of Steve. I would say, I give that critic one thumbs up.
Oh, just one.
About that criticism of Steve.
So to name a movie where Mark Wahlberg acts, just name one where he isn't just Mark Wahlberg speaking lines.
Rockstar. He acts in that movie.
Yeah.
And
Danny had one in the hopper ready for that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I love Rockstar, but it's not an Academy Award-winning performance.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying he's acting. He had long hair.
He has a wig on.
Yeah. He's in a rock band. He's a rap guy. I believed it.
No.
Rockstar was fun.
Oh,
it's amazing.
And then he moves to, spoiler alert, he moves to Seattle.
Yeah.
He becomes a singer-songwriter.
And he's basically Eddie Vedder.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Words like solid and fun do not make me want to watch a movie because those are nice ways of saying it's all right.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. 50 years of KISW, brought to you by Palace Law. 99.9 KISW. We now return to BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a new poll that looked at people's relationships with their cars and the things that we do in our car.
Oh, okay, not that kind of relationship like our friend Ed Smith.
Oh, good old Ed, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's from Yelm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was, and there's a name for it, but he's a guy that has romantic relationships with cars, yeah.
Autophile? No.
Autophilia? Maybe?
I can't remember.
I feel like if it's autophilia, that's just too close to what he's doing. But maybe that's
different relationship, though.
Yes, yes. These are things that we do in our car that isn't driving.
Oh, mechanicophile. Mechanophile,
huh?
Mecophilia.
Oh, mecophilia.
Yeah.
All right. How about they got a thing for that? Like there is
sexual attraction to machines.
Okay. All right then. Well, that's not this.
No.
People are like, okay.
What the hell? Where are we going with this?
Yeah. No, this is what people do in their cars that it is not driving. And I don't think there's a problem with this. Almost half of us say they enjoy talking to themselves in the car, which of course is me.
I don't know if I really talk to myself. I definitely think things out in my head. And sometimes I'm like, I got to take this, whatever. If I'm listening to something like a talk thing or a podcast, I'm like, I got to put music on because I'm clearly not paying attention. I'm in my own little world. Like, let the music be the background to my inner thoughts.
Now, is talking to yourself, does that also include yelling at other people as you're driving?
Well, that's interesting.
That is a fun pastime, but I think they're different.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. This one here is interesting. Almost half of us cry in our car, like to have a good cry
daily.
Yeah, whenever Disturbed Sound of Silence comes on, I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's hitting me in an emotional way.
Yeah, that song, by the way, that's a tough song to not cry to. So yeah. So how about this? And I want to know who these people are, because if this can happen in a car, I want more of this. 40% of the people say that they've had epiphanies in their car, which is basically life-altering, positive sort of light bulb moments, I guess you would call them. Something that's made my life like I've had a realization.
I don't think I've ever had that moment. I've had moments where I'm like, oh, that should be something we do on the show, or like cool ideas.
I guess that's an epiphany in its way.
I just view an epiphany as almost like more of something that's more monumental.
Or maybe on a long road trip, like you go cross country, or you're just New York to Seattle. Maybe it's just a lot of time to think. I don't know.
Oh yeah, all right, I'll give you that.
Road trips are the best because then you start especially if they're long enough. Like when my buddy Dave Turner and I was a wrestler, we went to Spokane to go do that wrestling show for Relentless Wrestling over there, and you hit the gorge. All of a sudden, the small talk's gone. Now we're having you're just having some deep philosophical conversations because you've kind of run out of the small talk. Now all of a sudden, it's led to there are a couple moments where both of those I need a second to kind of digest what we just talked about because it was kind of heavy.
Yeah, and I see. I love that.
It's awesome.
I'm not a small talk guy anymore, and I think it's just because I've been on the planet as long as I have. I want to get into real talk.
And when you find the right person to go on a road trip with, when we got to Spokane, both of us, we hadn't taken a pee break. And both of us have tiny bladders because we drink so much water. We were just so into the conversation. And both of us dude, that felt like we were in the car for maybe an hour and a half. And we were in the car for 4 hours.
Wow. Whoa, without a pee break?
Yes.
That was some good conversation.
Whoa, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow.
So good you didn't have to pee.
Don't
get me wrong, though. The minute we got to the venue, I'm like, nice to see everybody. Where's the bathroom? I was usually trying to do your pleasantries and shake everyone's hand or whatever, and bump fists nowadays, and say what's up to people and catch up. I'm like, I have no time for small talk. I got to go.
No, otherwise, you know what? You're going to need a mop at this point if you don't let me get what I got to do. 37% of people say they shop online in their car. I'm hoping it's parked.
Sadly, I don't know if that's always the case, but I would like to think that 90% of the people are doing it, or maybe even more would be nice. But there's always idiots out there that are doing multiple things on their car and while driving.
I can't do that anymore. I realize that I've almost got myself in some trouble, and I've said, okay, I'm making a rule. I am not multitasking in the car anymore.
No, it's not worth it.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and can't, or if I just really shouldn't have been doing it in the first place and I got lucky.
But I have sat in the parking lot here, even in the garage of my house, finishing an order or making an order of something I do work, answer emails. That's probably the biggest thing I do in my car is work.
Or you'll I always pull over to the side of the road because a lot of times bands will be like, hey, an exclusive vinyl comes out at 11 a.m. And I'm like, dang it, I'm in the car. So I just pull over and I'm like, because if they sell
Limited
out really
edition.
quick. Yeah. Or tickets now that concerts are back. It's
right.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
At least you pull over, Danny.
Yeah.
You're responsible. I think there'd be people that are trying to get those tickets while they're in traffic.
Doing cruise control, driving with their knees, trying to get Fall Out Boy tickets. I don't know why it's Fall Out Boy, but it is.
You know.
Well, I mean, Uma Thurman's a great
like
song.
Fall Out Boy would drive it.
Oh, yeah?
Kidding.
Wow. 21% of the people, I should say 32% say they have sex in the car. So, a third of us are having sex in the car. Not anymore.
Oh, how about this one? That's on there, but one of the more ridiculous things, I've done interviews in the car, like podcasts.
Oh, really?
Whether it be I remember even doing the Megacast one time, Ted and I were in my car. We just wanted to bang it out before we went somewhere. We had the portable kit. I'm like, let's just set it all up. And we're like, well, we can't do it while driving, obviously, A, because we're driving, and B, the sound, the noise. But so we just posted up in a parking lot and did a 30-minute episode.
Wow, that's neat.
That is so portable.
But then also with the Zoom meetings, I've done so many Zoom meetings in the car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you don't have to you don't have to put your face on there.
Or you put if you have the fun the background app thing or whatever it does, where you put space behind you.
Oh yeah, Zoom lets you do that. Yeah.
And I know there's a feature, at least with some of the meetings we've done, where you can do driving mode. So that way you don't have to watch any of the video or anything. It's safer, quote unquote. And I've been stuck in traffic. I've gone to the bathroom. I've done everything basically during those meetings.
Pardon me?
Not in the bathroom, in my car, but after the fact.
This is I don't want to think about Vicky at a Zoom meeting, and if you can't see her, you got to wonder, is she doing her OnlyFans page while she's half listening to the Zoom meeting, or worse?
It's usually food. And then once the meeting's over, I do the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wouldn't mind seeing you. I'd like to see what you're
Some
making.
cooking.
Yeah, see, that to me is you know what? Show us that. I'd rather watch you. Let the big boss tell us.
That's for OnlyPans.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
OnlyPans?
My OnlyPans page.
Okay, you know what?
We have one brain.
Okay.
Were you thinking that too?
I was about to say it.
Jinx.
You guys need to start a page. I think that's brilliant.
OnlyPans and
Dude,
it's just cooking?
with cooking, yes. I mean, that's actually very clever.
I don't want to buy a website.
Okay. The only time I ever give you credit for any one of your harebrained schemes, and you don't want to do it.
Set it up.
Set it up. If I set it up, I'm stealing it, and you're getting no credit.
Well, that's not. I'll sue you then.
For what? You don't do anything. You'd actually have to make effort to sue.
I have audio proof that I came up with the idea.
Onlypans.com is for sale.
Boom.
Yeah.
Buy it, BJ.
$1,495.
Oh, is that what it costs to get that site?
Well, that's what when you go to onlypans.com, it says we only reply to offers less than $1,495.
Oh, so somebody has it.
Probably.
Oh, so somebody's camped on it.
Somebody thought of this.
Somebody squatted. Oh man.
Well, OnlyPans can mean several things because it could be someone that's pansexual. A webpage for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
thinking more pots and pans.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Apparently,
What about only pots and pans?
No, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
on OnlyFans, it's free to subscribe. There is an OnlyPans page where it just has anything to do with pan.
Oh, so it really there is a page already.
On OnlyFans,
But we want people to be making things with pots and pans.
yes.
So somebody kind of already has our idea.
Well, that's fun.
It sucks. I mean,
We gotta make it better.
whenever you think you have something, somebody, there's something out there, somebody's done it. I've had that happen with me with a thing that I did recently. And all right, not so recently, but our podcast, we had a little fight with somebody because, somebody used the same name we used. And we were like, you did? We'd never even heard of it. Well, it's a website. It's not a podcast. I'm like, okay. So you can't win.
I typed in OnlyPans and I don't know why this makes me laugh so much, but it's like, OnlyPans is taken, but onlyskillets.com is available.
That doesn't even rhyme. Come on.
Why not? We make our own rules.
What about only cans?
Only cans?
That's already on OnlyFans.
Oh, that's right. I suppose she's only showing cans. I guess that would be.
We were just drinking cans of Coke and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was. I wasn't going down the other
And
road.
crushing them with our faces.
Oh, and say with what? Your
All right, Vicky, I'm going to let you do that. I'll drink them. You crush them.
Okay.
Someone said, as far as doing things in your car, a guy this morning was taking care of the monkey on the way home, on the way to Bellingham.
Marcel?
Okay, is that something with friends, or is that a euphemism
It
for
was very much a euphemism.
shocking the monkey?
Spanking.
Oh, he was spanking.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's right. You do that.
And I feel like you owe it to the people on the road to have really dark tinted windows if that's your thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, that's the last thing I want to look to the left of me, and then all of a sudden I see some guy's arm going.
I just looked to the left, and that's exactly what I just saw. Thank you, Steve. I mean, really, where's the tinted window between you and me so I don't have to see that?
I'll order one. On Amazon, I bet they have it.
All right, that's great. Oh, yeah. And really, looks like a lot of people, 21% like to take suggestive selfies or social media photos. That surprises me.
Oh, back to the OnlyFans.
I said finally, but there is another one, and this is the finally.
Okay.
This one, I'm sorry. You know, out of all of I wonder who would do this. I bet maybe Vicky. No, I mean, she has the ability to do this. I just don't think she'd be this stupid. And that is 17% of the people prepare meals while they're in their car.
What? Like prepare? Oh,
yeah. Like are they like
They
sous chef
chop
stuff?
up of the vegetables?
Yeah. I mean, do they have a microwave in there? Or what are they doing?
I've seen people do that like on bus, like on transport, like or on the subway and stuff. I think in New York it was.
What,
or
they're
something.
making meals?
Some woman was chopping up her vegetables so that when she got home, she was all done. But in a car. Unless they're doing that weird trend where I don't remember what it's called, but they prepare their whole meal with their mouth. So they'll
like
chop up the vegetables and spit it into a container.
Oh, I don't need to hear about this. I'd rather look to the left of me and see some guy playing with a monkey.
Yeah.
I agree. So that's the
People
only way.
are like chopping up the mouth and spitting into a container.
It's a thing.
And then there's a woman that's actually like chopping up her vegetables on the subway, like she's really chopping. How do you not hurt yourself? Because the subway's not a smooth ride. Wow.
Yeah, don't look up mouth cooking. Wow, didn't need to see that. Now I have no appetite.
Can we flag that? Because I feel like that's a very flaggable.
Cooking?
Don't look up mouth cooking.
Mouth cooking.
Wow. Oh, and there's the woman with the chopping on the subway.
Yeah, I'm not sitting next to her.
How is
Not a
that?
fan.
How does she not kill herself and everybody with that knife? Okay, that's
Because she's very
It's
skilled.
her thing. Like it's got to be like a joke thing that this
It
woman
has
does.
to be.
'Cause,
You're
like,
right.
There's different pictures of her doing different things, like decorating a cake.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Steve.
Maybe she's just on a time crunch.
It's probably a TikTok
lot.
thing.
It could be. I mean, sometimes people just got a time management, and this is the only time they can pull it off.
Yeah, I want
Get a meal service kit thing.
But she
They're
looks
not
well. She
expensive.
looks well put together too. I feel like you know what I mean. Like at the end of the day, she's looking really too camera.
You don't know
ready.
her.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I don't know her, and I won't
judge
know
a
her.
book
She's
by
got a
her
knife.
cover.
She's got a knife on a subway.
I don't want to
never
know
gonna
her.
go-
I'm good.
I'm never gonna know her. Never gonna know her at all.
Wow.
All
I
right.
wonder what she was cooking though. Like, you know what I mean? Like it would be cool if like the next day she came in with what she made to share with the rest of the bus. Like,
Well, that would be awesome. Then that would be full circle right there.
right?
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Dominic Monaghan played Charlie in what ABC mid-2000s show?
Charlie in the Choo Choo Factory?
No.
Oh crap! Family Ties.
No.
Middle of the Family.
No.
Oh, and it was you remember it was almost touching, tough scenes to see in that show.
I even listening to it back right now. I can't believe I forgot that it was lost.
Yeah,
Wow,
and Charlie's death and loss. Spoiler alert. Was a tough one. You know, so if you
can't
haven't.
say the
like
spoiler
10
and then
years
say
ago.
spoiler alert.
I said it basically sarcastically because if people have not seen Lost by now, they really deserve to get lost.
Maybe it's on their queue.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, if that's their queue is a long queue. What do they watch right now? Gilligan's Island. Should
Yes.
I spoil that?
Don't.
Hey, by the way, they get off. Okay.
The Island.
The island.
Get off the island.
I don't know. I mean, there was probably a lot of action on that island, Vicky.
Millionaire's Wife was. Never mind.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Lost was the answer. And if you want a shot at beating Steve, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.